Morning, good evening, good afternoon. May Jesus Christ bless you. I want to have a little conversation with you about girls want the rarest of men. I just had something pop up in my life as just to explain, they like integrity, they like men that don't do pick-up lines, just they like confidence, and there's idealistic particulates that they are striving to find when it comes to the man that they would like to settle down with, right? I just see, I'm not trying to be blunt right here, but I kind of am. It's Sunday afternoon, it's nearly 5 o'clock. It's summer right now, and last week I, for some reason, typically do this, pull off miracles, and by myself, because it's just me and God. And by Friday night, I didn't finish till 9 o'clock. I got 10 tractor tyres changed over on one of my centre pivots, right? And for anyone that knows what it's like to do a tyre and then a tractor tyre, doing tubes, etc., just trying to get everything back up and running properly. No mean feat in that. Anyway, it may be the fact that I've started heavy duty training in the gym for the last, I think, month now. And it's not that it wears you out nutritionally. It's a different style of training though, because it pushes you to your extreme with every muscle for one set, every set, and within half an hour you've got greater stimulation than if you spent 2 hours in a gym. And it's like, so I was doing that 4 days a week, so I was like burning the candle out at both ends. But it's sunny, it's hot, and I've started irrigating, and got home Friday night, and so I'm telling you, it's 5 o'clock on a Sunday afternoon. There's a crack in my screen, that's why it looks funny. Taking the dogs for a walk right now. But with this, that's the question I've got for women that want high value men. It's fortunately, I'd hate to say it, I'm about as high value as it gets. And however you think I look right now with my hat on and my glasses, it doesn't matter. It's what we represent, what we do, how we do it, the confidence we do it with, the effortless skill that we have, and the intelligence that we've got to do with it with. We're self-actualized, right? So the question I've got for you is like, where were you Friday night when I had to deal with the difficulties of dealing with the animals and the pets? Let alone if there was kids. There's no kids, thank goodness for that. But again, where were you? I'm 37. Why do I not have kids already? Where are you? Where were you? You know what I mean? You couldn't mow a 1/4 acre of lawn with a push mower. You know what I mean? How would you cope with thousands of acres? How would you cope? How would you cope with 15 buildings on one block of land to look after? How would you cope with that? You know what I mean? How would you cope when the machine breaks down at 3 o'clock in the morning? How would you cope when you've got 3,000 litres a minute getting flogged out of a pump to run pivots, and you've got to go down and fix it, which is a 40-minute drive to the bottom of one of the properties, hanging off the edge of a cliff, where you've got to put on your abseiling gear to see what's going on? How would you cope with that? You just wouldn't. But you're full of this, righteous indignation, this self-importance, this, I'm better than, you're not better. You wouldn't even make my fucking maid. I'm not trying to be rude, I'm not, we talk about high value, I just, there's a certain level of respect that we all deserve, and you guys don't want to give up a crumb of respect, but at the same time, you can't even mow a lawn or change a tyre. You know what I mean? High value men, we are industrious. I need someone who can at least cook fucking food. I had to feed myself for the last 2 days whilst I had to go through the process of recovering because, you know, a month of heavy duty training plus irrigation starting, it caught up and I just slept for 2 days. Within that, I obviously watered the nursery and did other things, but that was between naps. I only just got out of bed properly. So I just slept for 2 days. Now I just think about the entitlement of the female species right now, where it's like, but I deserve this and I deserve that. No, you don't fucking deserve anything. Stop beating above your pay grade. You don't have the skills to be around high valued people. You've got to put in 10 years of dedicated work to become someone that could even be close to be able to do anything along the lines of that. But you carry on as if that's what you deserve from the get-go, you know what I mean? Where were you on Saturday morning when one of my little puppies had to be taken to the vet because they had a swollen eye? You know, I really didn't need to get out of bed Saturday morning to take a dog to the vet, but I've got no one to help me. You know what I mean? Just like it would have been nice to have had someone to water the garden, but no. This is why I've got to do shit like make things automated so that I don't have to be so concerned about looking after him because the automation does it for me. You know what I mean? You want high value men, but we are so much better off not being anywhere near you because you do nothing but whinge, talk shit and waste our fucking time. Where were you? Women, where were you? You are failures. All you do is fucking fail. Day after day after day. Fail. Why? Because you're fucking entitled. Why don't you learn how to mop a floor and get a vacuum cleaner out and fucking make things clean and neat? Have some fucking pride in your house. Where were you? Why don't you learn how to pull out weeds? Or why don't you learn how to use a whippersnipper or a weed whacker to get the edges sorted? No, because that's our job. And then here's the other side of it. If you decide that you're going to do it, you then become a femtard and get all friggin' feminist and dykey on us going, well, I deserve your respect now. I'm going to act like a woman who drives a truck. You may as well shave your fucking head and put a fishing tackle box worth of jewellery in your nose and ears and eyebrows and go, rightio, I'm butch now. Where were you? Where are you? Where is your head at? Where is your common fucking sense? You want to go through all this different, oh, I'm this identity and I'm that identity. You're a very, how do I say this? Misled fool. Unfortunately, any idealistic view outside of men and women who procreate and have children is a mental illness. And if you've got a concern with me saying that to you, I only need to pull out one of my childhood psychology books and pinpoint the exact page where it sits, showing the basic diagnosis of where you have inner child issues, where somehow there may have been a trauma that took place when you were probably, 2.36 years of age. It's all calculated science. But no, this is the world that we live in right now. Where are you? Talk about finger on the pulse. I can tell you if a bloody strand of grass has been bent over on a 1,000-acre block because I know the things inside out. I've got a finger on the pulse. I'm in control. But you're fighting for control like it has value, but you won't put in the fucking work to get the control. You know? Get your position. Where are things at? Oh, I'm all femtarderied and upset right now because somehow you've ruffled my feathers. Correct, feathers. Have a look what roosters do to ruffled feathered hens. Have a look at it. Because we're fucking men. Where is your head at? At what point do I want to have the Land Cruiser driving wife, my soccer mum wife, sitting in my, multi-million-dollar house, 1 million taking my kids to school? We're just here on display for God, showing you what should have been the case for you. But where are we at right now? I'll die alone without kids, I can guarantee you, because no one fucking deserves what decency is. This planet doesn't deserve it. I would love to have kids, but who am I going to have kids with? Who? You? What the fuck do you offer? How are you going to help my situation? You know what I mean? For me, it's easy to continue to self-automate one thing after the next after the next. Can you see why automated female robots that men can simply fuck would be more value to them than suffering your ordinary mediocrity? I wouldn't do that because I am a chaste man. But can you see the conundrum? This fight for power that you're after, you've become ugly trolls. Where you missed the prize whilst you've been fighting for this power in this little pond that you were fighting in. We, the fucking sharks of the ocean itself, are sitting there going, oh, here we go. So, maybe I'll die before something shows up. And I'm getting tired of it. And I'm thinking, like, maybe I've just got to get a nanny and be done with it and just accept that there is just no suitable females on this planet to be able to procreate with. I mean, to find love, it's just not possible. Here's one for you. You know, I am a bodybuilder, personal trainer, nutritionist, International Academy of Physique Conditioning for, bodybuilding, that's fine, doesn't matter. The point is, I understand nutrition. Where are you, and will you cook me fucking food that has the stringent dietary requirements that I need without putting a little femtardery on it, thinking that somehow you know better than I do about my own nutritional requirements? Would you be able to follow waters? No, you fucking wouldn't. And this isn't me being rude, but you'd be sitting there, oh, you need fucking meat. No, I don't need meat. I'm a 114 kilo giant that doesn't eat meat. What do you think I need meat? Because you think somehow within your femtarded brain that I will need that shit? How about, because I could probably cook better than you, I won't worry about you and I'll just cook the fucking food and keep doing what I'm doing. Even though at some point it might be alright to have a woman and family to sit down at the table with and have dinner with, but that's not going to happen. Because we've got to get past step number one, which is, you fucking think you know everything, but you know nothing. You know nothing! Nothing! You want to know something, first of all, shut your fucking mouth and learn, but you won't shut up. You're too busy arguing all the fucking time about, I know this and I know that. What the fuck do you know? Look at me walking through this wetland right now. Do you know how much this land is worth? I would love to share this land with someone. But no, I have to sit here and watch chickens sitting there pecking at each other, which is the long and short of it. You act like you are the fucking studs, but you are just fish in a sea full of mediocrity. What I would do for Nala to turn up, what I would do to experience something special, what I would do to be able to be a family man and actually go to that next step and enjoy life, but no. You are the disappointment. Get that into your skull. There is only one sort of celebration that I have fucking experienced, period. That's why I've got no family and no friends. Do you want to know what that celebration is? People celebrating over my misery when I didn't get success. I was always going to be successful. Always. Look at this, another dam for the dogs to go swim in. Let's go to one of the 40 that's on this block of land. That's the only celebration that I've been able to remember really experiencing. Someone being happy over when I failed, and guess what happened when I got successful? And I mean really fucking successful. Everyone disappeared. But of course they did. Why are they going to hang about? Because then it just proves everything that I'm talking about. So, I hate being Aussie. I just hate being human though. But I hate the fact that within your instincts, you know what normal is, and within common sense, you know what normal is. But fucking common sense and instincts are just, where's that at anymore? You know what I mean? Indoctrinated mediocrity. Garbage. Another one. You've got a dam of water. Women, what would you do if that was your fucking water supply? You should be grateful, but you wouldn't, because somehow it hasn't come out of a tap. How the fuck did it get to the tap in the first place? What, do you think milk doesn't come from cows? There is a realistic worldview that needs to be had a look at. You want to have a kid? You think of the blood and the pus that's going to be all over the kid as it gets shot out of you? Or is it just some idealistic dream where it's going to be sunshine, rainbows and lollipops? Warning alert, warning alert. Guess what happens the moment you get pregnant? 9 out of 10 of you turn into a monster. Oh, you don't know what it's like to be pregnant. No, well actually, I think it's worse having to suffer you than your pregnancy. Suffering you is pretty bad. What it would be like to have a wife that was fucking decent when they were pregnant, and I know you're sick, and I would love to just get you, flowers and whatever food it is that you like and all your little creature comforts and treat you because you are sick. You want to know what I'm talking about right here? My little boy, I had to take him to the vet yesterday. For the first time in I don't remember how long, I had to take a pup to the vet for a veterinary issue. Because I think he got stung by a bee next to his eye. Do you know how cool it felt to be all up in my feels, like, oh, my little boy, I get to take him here, he's all sick. I was like, I wish I could get him a lollipop, but so I got him little puppy treats, and, it's like having a son because he's such a good child, and it's no different to having good pets when it is having good humans. Because when you got ordinary pets, it's just another fucking vet trip. But when you got a good animal, it makes you feel something, it makes you feel love. I would love to feel love. But for humans, it ain't there. The high value men of this world, we are on display for God. Don't touch. Don't even look. We don't exist to you. Stick to that bad boy that's pushing trolleys now. That's where the value was for you. You all overlooked the prize that God had for you. Why am I single and why am I chaste? Because I already know who God has for me, and I'm waiting, and I will not touch another female on this planet until it's that female, and whoever it is what it is. And it is what it is. I have come to understand fully that unless it's God's will for my life, I don't want to know about it. Look at this for confirmation. Angel feathers. I think the dating game's broken. I think men and women trying to get together is broken. I really think that we've kind of got to go back to God and accept God's lot for us. We don't know better. Humans are worthless pieces of shit at present. They've got no value. They've got nothing to offer. They've got no skills. All they are is entitled and trouble. And they expect stupid amounts of money per hour in labour to do work that they haven't got the competence or qualifications to do, because they want to sit around, point the finger and talk shit and act like she-males. One thing about she-males, is Herman a she-male? Anyway, I'm not trying to be rude here. I'm just, again and again, I don't live in your world, and you sure as shit don't live in mine. And if you did live in mine, you would appreciate the disappointment. There is a reason why God sets high value people apart, because there is nothing this world has to offer for us. Nothing. Will I get into leadership and politics one day? You ready for this? Fucking unfortunately, yes. Do I want to? Once upon a time I thought I did. But after dealing with people, sort your own shit out. I'd just rather keep doing what I'm doing with the farming, to be honest. Because I can do it by myself. If I need lifting with heavy things, shit, I've got machinery there to lift 10 tonne for me, it doesn't matter. You know what I mean? All I've got to do is just hook the chains up and get it lifted. Between hydraulics and heavy lifting implements and whatnot, I've got all the help I need. And why did I find that help? Bad fucking attitudes. You get sick of them. Anyway, I think it's like a somber message. It's just, it is what it is type of message. Ladies, you got to wake up to yourself. I'd hate to be so direct, but honest to goodness, day by day it gets more disappointing. It's just a case of how low do you go? How deep is the disappointment? At what point do you wake the fuck up and actually choose to be women and not little girls? At what point do you get rid of this dyke femtardery and accept that it's a psychological issue that you need to get dealt with because, you know, there's trauma that you're not facing that happened when you're a kid? When do you do that? When do you wake up and smell the coffee and do the reality check and get out of this drunkard state of bullshit and mediocrity that you're in? Suburbia and coke. You want real men? You can't cope with us, and we don't want you. You want to reject everyone? We've already spat you out. We don't want to, but this is what happens. You act like you are the center of the universe, but you're just fish in a sea. And I would like to think one day that would change, and that would be a larger specialty to be experienced amongst people, but at the moment it's just not the case. Anyway, this is just me having a bit of a say about things, so for the men out there, you know what I'm talking about, and for the women who are good women, you know what I'm talking about. God bless you all. May this be a wake-up call for you, because as a high-valued man, I feel like, you know, we're like 1 in 100,000 type thing. We just don't exist, because who's putting in the fucking work? And if you are putting in the work, you tell me right now if you're putting it in, have you not been belittled the whole time you're doing it? Have you not been hated the whole time you're doing it? Has there not always been someone there trying to dictate everything that you're doing to stop you doing what it is that you're doing? You keep doing what you're doing, because one day it'll pay off large, and when it pays off large, when God gives to you what God has for you, it will all make sense. But just accept the mediocrity for now. Mediocrity can't last forever. We're here to kill it off. It's our energy that's doing it. Anyway, may God bless you. Bye for now.